So we've got a little sequence of exercises to keep you moving, particularly if you're sedentary or sitting at home at the moment. This is also a really good one for antenatal ladies to keep you moving, or for the older population. So all you need is a chair and a little blanket or a pillow, just something that you can roll up to put between your knees. So we're going to start from the feet and work our way up. So here we're sitting on the chair. Amy's just going to put a little bit of pressure down through her thighs, and then you're going to alternate into some little calf raises. So just lifting one heel and then the other. And the harder you push down on your thighs, the more resistance you're creating, and this is really good for getting blood flow through the feet without having to put too much load in. Then we're going to move into some knee extensions. So from here it's just straightening out one leg. Draw your toes towards you and really feel like the thighs tightening up. And again, this can be alternated. If you want to make this a little bit stronger, if you've got a TheraBand, you could add a TheraBand to this, or maybe tie some weights around the ankles. Or alternatively, you can add resistance with your other leg. So if you cross the left leg over the right. And then as you lift, you're pushing against the resistance of the other leg. So now Amy's working her right leg with the weight of the left leg to carry and still drawing up through the thighs. And again, you could do this on both sides. And if you want to add a little bit of breathing work in, it's an outward breath as you're lifting the legs. Try not to lean back into the chairs. If you need to, put a little cushion behind you to keep the back supported so you're not overworking from there. Next up, we're going to uncross the legs, and then you're going to grab your pillow or your blanket and roll that up and put it between your knees. So just something that's going to keep you hip width apart. We're going to cross the arms over the chest, and then as we breathe out, we're going to rotate to one side, and as you do, give the knees a little squeeze into that blanket or pillow. And just watch that your chest isn't flaring, so just try and stay nice and soft in the rib cage. And the stronger you squeeze in on the knees as you breathe out, you should feel like you're getting a little bit of work across the tummy on the diagonal. We're going to change the arm line into bow and arrow just to get a bit more rotation through that upper back, so the arms are out in front, and then you pull one elbow back like you're pulling back on a bowstring. And again, breathing out as you pull back through the elbow, and a little squeeze on your towel or your pillow, whatever's between your knees, again just to get that nice rotation. Again, watching that chest doesn't flare too much. From here, we're going to get rid of the blanket. Put that to one side. You're going to take your knees a little bit wider, placing the hands on the thighs. We're going to go into a seated cat stretch. So you're going to roll backwards like you're arching the back towards the back of the chair, making a C shape through the spine. And then you're going to pull yourself forwards, rotating the other way. So you're arching into the reverse of the C shape. And again, just moving in your own time. Breathing out as you roll back. Breathing in as you roll forwards and opening up the chest. From here, we're going to take some neck rotations, so just turning the head to one side and then drawing a little half moon as you sweep the head round, coming up and looking one way and then repeating the other. And any of these exercises, it's up to you how many repetitions you do. Just keep moving until you feel more comfortable. If it's the stretches, if it's something like the leg extensions, you might be taking 8 to 10 reps on each side. So we've got the body moving. We're going to take this up into a little bit more standing work now. So sit to stand. Ideally, this works best if you're on something like a dining room chair rather than the sofa. So you're bringing the feet in towards you, and without your hands, you're going to push down into the floor, and then think about pushing the hips forwards as you come up into standing. For those that need a little bit of balance aid, feel free to use it, but here we're trying to challenge the legs to work without that. So Amy's pressing down into the floor and feeling like she's growing tall, and the hips are travelling forwards and opening up. If you want to make this a little bit stronger, you can draw one leg a little bit closer, so we're starting to offset the weight. So here now Amy's right leg is working a little bit harder as she steps forwards. She's got nice alignment through the knees, they're not dropping inwardly, and it's quite a strong drive forwards, and again this could be repeated on the other leg. And then coming back down into sitting, we're going to go into some side reaches. So from here, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling, stretching up even further, and then sliding over to the right, reaching down. You might find, depending on the chair that you've got, you can even reach to that side of the chair, and then coming back up. And then from there, reaching up with the opposite side, really lengthen up, open up that rib cage, and then breathing out as you tip over. And try and keep that hip or that sit bone on that stretching side down into the chair, same as pulling her right side down into the hip as she's reaching up for the fingertips. And then from there, hands onto the shoulders, just a nice few circles with the elbows, just to get a bit of motion there. 5 in one direction and 5 in the other.